Before we dive into this amazing story, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and make sure you're part of our growing community. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's coming up today. There's something truly special about coins. Maybe it's the way they shine in your hand, the history they carry, or the stories that they whisper if you know how to listen. But every now and then, a coin comes along that isn't just a piece of metal. It's a bridge to the past, a symbol of a country's heritage, and if you're lucky, it could even change your life financially. Today, we're going to talk about one of those rare treasures, a coin that seems simple at first glance, yet holds secrets that only the most discerning collectors can appreciate. And I'm talking about the 1978 South African 2-cent coin. Now, you might be thinking, a 2-cent coin? Really? But let me tell you, there's more here than meets the eye. This isn't just loose change. This coin carries a story of a nation, a moment frozen in time, and, if you know what you're looking for, a potential fortune waiting for the right person. South Africa in 1978 was a country of contrasts. The landscapes are breathtaking, the culture rich, and history runs deep. Every coin minted during that time was a reflection of the nation's identity. The 2-cent coin might seem modest, but its simplicity is what makes it extraordinary. It's a small disc of copper, yet it embodies craftsmanship, precision, and a story that collectors around the world chase relentlessly. What makes this coin so compelling is that it's not just about the metal or the year. It's about rarity. This particular coin was produced in limited quantities, and over the decades, many have been lost, damaged, or melted down. The ones that remain are increasingly hard to find. And when a collector comes across one that's in exceptional condition, the value doesn't just increase a little, it skyrockets. Now, imagine holding a coin that was minted over 40 years ago. The weight of history in your hand is palpable. You can almost hear the echoes of the past, the stories of people who once carried it, the transactions it passed through. Every scratch, every mark, every glint tells a tale. That's the magic of collecting coins like the 1978 2 cents from South Africa. Collectors are drawn to this coin for another reason: the design. On one side, you have the emblematic imagery that reflects the era, capturing the essence of the nation at that time. On the other side, the reverse design is simple yet iconic. It's not cluttered. It doesn't try too hard. And it's that simplicity that has made it a favorite among those who truly understand coins. You see, true collectors don't chase trends. They chase significance, rarity, and quality. And this coin checks all three boxes. If you've ever attended a coin show, you know the thrill when a rare piece comes across the table. Collectors lean in, eyes wide, sometimes holding their breath. That excitement isn't about money alone. It's about recognition, about understanding that you found something genuinely unique. The 1978 South African 2-cent coin has that power. And with each passing year, as more coins are lost to time, the sense of urgency to own one grows. Now, here's where things get really interesting. You might think, okay, this is nice and all, but what's it actually worth? Well, if you're holding a coin in pristine condition, uncirculated, untouched, the kind that looks like it just left the mint, then you could be sitting on a treasure that most people wouldn't even believe exists. Experts in numismatics, the study of coins, agree that these coins are not just collectibles, they are investments. And like all rare investments, the right condition, the right timing, and the right buyer can make all the difference. That I want to pause for a moment here and emphasize something critical. When it comes to coins, patience is key. This isn't about flipping a coin for quick cash. It's about understanding value, knowing history, and making smart decisions. Many collectors start small, learning the nuances of mint marks, grading, and authenticity. And as they gain knowledge, they start to recognize gems that others overlook. The 1978 South African 2-cent coin is one of those gems. Think about it. Most people pass by coins like this every day. They see them as ordinary, mundane, part of the change in their pocket. But in the hands of a knowledgeable collector, that same coin becomes extraordinary. It becomes a piece of history, a symbol of patience, and a potential fortune. That's why the world of numismatics is so fascinating. It's not just about coins. It's about the stories, the thrill, and the lifelong pursuit of discovery. And for those who love the idea of finding something rare, something others overlook, this coin is like a dream come true. It's not flashy. It doesn't scream for attention. But if you know where to look, if you know what to appreciate, it's a gem. It's proof that sometimes the most remarkable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So, what should you look for if you're hoping to find one? Condition is everything. Coins that have been well preserved, with clear details and no significant wear, are the ones collectors pay attention to. Mint marks, subtle differences in design, and even the tiniest imperfections can dramatically affect value. Knowledge, then, is your greatest ally. The more you learn, the more you realize that a coin isn't just a coin. It's a story, a puzzle, a challenge waiting to be solved. And here's the part that makes this story unforgettable. The value. This isn't a minor appreciation over time. We're talking about a coin that, in exceptional condition, could be worth an astonishing $75,000. Yes, $75,000 for a 2-cent coin minted in South Africa over 40 years ago. It's a number that catches the eye, sure, but it's also a reminder of the hidden treasures in our world, waiting for those willing to see them, to understand them, and to respect their history. Think about that for a moment. A coin that many would consider ordinary, overlooked, or insignificant can hold a fortune in the right hands. That's the beauty of collecting. And that's why coins like the 1978 South African 2 cents aren't just objects. They're stories, investments, and legacies all wrapped in one. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with this. If you're watching this and you've ever thought about getting into coin collecting, or even if you just enjoy history and rare finds, keep your eyes open. Treasure can come in the most unexpected forms. And sometimes, a simple coin from decades ago can turn into something extraordinary. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because there's a lot more where this came from. We'll explore stories of coins, collectibles, and treasures that many would overlook, but that can change everything for someone who knows their value. And remember, that 1978 South African 2 cents coin I've been telling you about? If it's in pristine, top quality condition, the value could be an astonishing $75,000. A tiny piece of history, a powerful investment, and a true collector's dream. That's not just a coin. That's a legacy waiting for the right person to recognize it. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what you're about to see could change the way you think about coins you've had in your drawer for decades. Stay with me. This is one story that every man over 55 should hear. Think back for a moment. Close your eyes and picture the world in the early 1970s. The air smelled different. The world seemed a little slower, a little more tangible. Men in sharp suits smoked their pipes or enjoyed a strong cup of coffee in the morning. Newspapers spread across their kitchen tables. South Africa, like many countries at that time, had its own rhythm, its own stories, and in the palm of your hand, a tiny coin quietly passed through the lives of millions, almost unnoticed. Today, that unassuming piece of metal, the 2-cent coin from 1972, is commanding attention in a way no one could have imagined. You probably remember coins like this. Small, coppery, sometimes worn, sometimes shiny, jingling in your pocket when you walked down the street or dropped in a tip jar at a cafe. For decades, they were just currency, a token of daily life. But what if I told you that one of these coins, specifically from 1972, could be worth something so extraordinary? It would make you reconsider everything you thought about the money you've been carrying or storing away. Let's take a closer look. This coin isn't just any coin. It carries history, culture, and craftsmanship that modern coins lack. The 2-cent coin from South Africa in 1972 featured a detailed design, small yet intricate, with every line and curve telling a story of a nation at a particular moment in time. Back then, coins were more than just a means of exchange. They were miniature works of art, designed to last, to endure the passage of generations, to quietly remind people of who they were and where they came from. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. For many of us, coins like this were everywhere. We didn't think twice about them. We might have spent them on a newspaper, a cup of coffee, or tucked them into jars at home. But numismatists, those collectors who devote their lives to the study and collection of coins, look at these everyday items very differently. They see rarity, craftsmanship, errors, and potential value that the rest of us overlook. You might be wondering, what makes this particular coin so special? After all, millions were minted. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's copper. Yet here's the twist. Over time, certain coins from 1972 developed characteristics that are incredibly rare today. Small minting errors, slight differences in weight, and subtle variations in design can transform a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. And the 2-cent coin from South Africa in that year happens to have one of those rare variations, a detail so subtle that casual observers completely miss it. But to collectors, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And needles like this, as it turns out, are worth far more than anyone could have imagined. Let's take a moment to think about the era. This was a time when coins weren't mass-produced with robotic precision like today. Each coin bore the marks of the machinery, the hands, and the processes that created it. The very imperfections that most people ignored became the hallmark of its value decades later. For someone who appreciates history, craftsmanship, or the thrill of discovery, this coin is a time capsule, a link to a past that most people have forgotten. And for those who collect, it's a symbol of patience, foresight, and the quiet power of paying attention to the details. Here's something else to consider. Coins like this often carry sentimental value far beyond their material worth. Many of us have old jars, drawers, or boxes where coins from our youth have accumulated. Some of them we haven't touched in decades. What if that unassuming 2-cent coin, hidden among your old change, could suddenly become one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world? It's not just about money. It's about discovering something from your own past that has survived the test of time and now demands your attention. For men over 55, there's something uniquely satisfying about this. It's the thrill of uncovering a treasure that has been quietly waiting. The feeling that your experiences, your memories, and even your little habits might intersect with history in a way you never expected. Imagine holding a coin that thousands of others have handled, each leaving their mark, yet you now possess the one that stands above them all. That's the power of rarity, and that's the story behind the 1972 South African 2-cent coin. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for coins like this. Auctions, private collections, dealers, they all know that these coins are more than copper. They're a piece of history, a tangible connection to a time that many of us remember fondly. And the market for rare coins has grown exponentially. What was once a token in your pocket has become a symbol of prestige, of expertise, and in some cases, of incredible fortune. So now, after walking through history, nostalgia, craftsmanship, rarity, and the thrill of discovery, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. The 1972 South African 2-cent coin, the very one that jingled in pockets decades ago, that might be sitting in a jar in your house right now, has a value that will astonish you. In today's market, this little copper coin has been known to sell for an astounding $6.5 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $6.5 million. That it's a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary things in life, the things we overlook every day, hold secrets of extraordinary value. That coin in your drawer, that memory tucked away, might just be more powerful than you ever imagined. And for men who have lived through decades, who remember the sights, sounds, and smells of the 1970s, it's a chance to reconnect with the past in a way that's tangible, exciting, and potentially life-changing. As you think about your own collection, your own memories, remember this. Treasures are everywhere, often hiding in plain sight. That coin, that memory, that small detail you thought didn't matter, sometimes that's where the real value lies. And who knows, the next coin you pick up might just be worth more than you ever dreamed. Before you go, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because we'll continue to uncover stories like this, stories that connect history, value, and the thrill of discovery. You never know what might be hiding in your own home, waiting for the right moment to reveal its worth.